I'm David Veach, and this is Elevate Your Performance. With Sakichi Toyoda's death in 1930, his son Kiichiro and nephew Risaburo were left to run the businesses. As a result of a great earthquake in 1923, which destroyed significant pieces of Japan's railways, demand for automobiles soared. So Ford built a plant in Yokohama in December 1924, began production in March 1925. And in 1927, General Motors began assembly operations at their plant in Osaka. The surge of vehicles produced by these two plants effectively destroyed Japan's own domestic automobile makers at the time. And it wasn't until 1933 that Kiichiro established an automotive production division within the Toyota Automatic Loom Works. It began prototyping parts and designs which were reverse engineered from a 1934 Chrysler DeSoto and a Chevrolet engine. Kiichiro had to establish his own steel-making department as well because their expected demand from existing steel mills was just too low to matter. They purchased some machines, they converted others from the loom works, and began making parts. Kiichiro also sent an engineer to the U.S. from January to July 1934 to learn more. And he visited 130 plants, 7 research facilities, and 5 universities to study the automotive and machine tool industries. The Japan government asked Toyota to develop a truck as well, so Kiichiro bought a 1934 Ford truck to use as the model, similar to how he used the DeSoto to model the first car. Oh, and that first car was the Model A1. It was finally finished in May of 1935, and the first truck prototype, the G1, was finished in November of that year. Both were prone to pretty serious defects, but they overcame those. With promising developments in the domestic manufacturing capability, the Japanese government changed the licensing rules, restricting licenses to manufacturers owned by a majority of Japanese citizens, effectively restricting Ford and GM from continuing operations there. This, even despite the low output of the two domestic manufacturers, Toyota and Nissan. I mean, by 1936, Toyota's volume had grown to only 100 vehicles a month. In 1936, Toyota hosted a contest to design a new logo for the company and changed the name from Toyoda with a D to Toyota with a T, as industry leaders recommended. They received 27,000 entries, and the winner was announced in the October 10th, 1936 issue of Toyota News. They established the Toyota Motor Company in August 1937 and saw their dealer network grow up to 22 outlets, and these dealers became significant investors in the new company. That matters because it's still a relationship between Toyota Motor Sales and Toyota Motor Company. So we'll pick up here tomorrow and talk about Japan's entry into World War II and what they did through the war. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you'd like to learn more about. Post a comment or send me an email. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.